Hey guys, my name is Ellen Ludwig and I am leading the Health Bet along with Sarah Preston and some other coaches on our team. We're so excited that you guys are doing this with us and I want to welcome you all. And today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the meal plan. And here's the deal. You might have heard I am going to be doing the Whole30 meal plan, and so is Sarah, and I know a lot of you are as well. But I also know a lot of you are following our 21-day fix plan, or also known as the portion fix plan as well if you're doing Country Heat or Core de Force or another program. They're both great. So I don't want anybody to feel like there's like one right way to do it or another. All that I ask of you is to have a plan. So whether that is following 21-day fix, like portion control with the containers, or following Whole30, or just eating clean, I want everybody to have a plan because nutrition is one of the most important things, and it's one of the things that is really going to help you see success, feel good on the inside, and see results. So just going to throw that out there. So I want to talk to you about mostly today about the portion fix plan. So if you got everybody by now should have received your packages with your program, or, a long time ago when you ordered it, you had it. Or if you ordered the Beachbody On Demand All Access, your Shakeology should have come. And along with that, you would have gotten a portion fix program guide along with the containers. So I have posted this, but in these booklets, whatever comes with your program, and I've also posted the list of foods in the group as well. But you're gonna see there is a list of approved foods. So it goes through and it tells you all of the veggies, all the fruits, all of the carbs like grains and sweet potatoes and that kind of thing, all of the healthy fats, proteins, and like seeds and oils and all that. It breaks it all down for you. The first thing that you need to do, though, if you are following this, is you need to figure out which plan that you fall in. So it gives you a calculation. You put your weight in there, and it tells you how to fall in, whether you're going to be in the 1200 to 1500 or 1500 to 1800, 1800 to about 2000. So, there's more too. So you need to figure that out. And then from there, it tells you exactly how many containers you need to eat each day of, each food group. So it really lays it out for you. And that is one of the best things about this program, because I don't know if you are like me, but in the past, I really never knew like how many, veggies should I be eating? How many proteins, blah, blah, blah. I do want to make a couple notes. I eat, and I've always have eaten. I'm a veggie eater. I love like making like giant salads, and I find that like I eat a lot of veggies to keep me fuller. So if you want to eat more veggies, I think that's okay. You also can, if you're not a fruit eater, you can swap out some of the fruit for a veggie if you wanted to do that. And then also a couple notes. If you fall into the 1200 to 1500 calorie break, that is really low. It's definitely really low. So if you feel like you are sluggish and you don't have a lot of energy, and you try that and you want to bump up to the next level, I think that's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing the 1500 to 1800 calorie bracket really for anyone. The idea here is that you're not starving. This is by no means supposed to be a starvation diet. So that's just a little bit of a tidbit there. And okay, so let's just talk about these containers. So, because you're kind of like, you get these containers and your first thought is probably like, oh my gosh, is that all the food that I'm going to have, that I get to eat in like one day? And then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to starve. But clearly that's not true. So I don't have any food to like fill up here, but I mean, it's really as simple as, putting your food in. You don't want to like overflow it. You just want to, you just want to put it in so it hits the top. Ideally that you would put the cover on the container, but you don't want to overflow it. So you've got your green, which is your veggies, your purple, which is your fruits. I find this one is so helpful for me for grapes and berries. Those are like the two main fruits that I'm eating right now. And then for apples, you can put apples in here, or those like small apples that you buy in those big bags. I like to buy those because essentially one of those small apples is a purple. And then you will see that it says half of a banana is a purple, but it's a large banana. So you go to the grocery store, there's bananas of all sorts of sizes. They had to call it somewhere. So it's one of those large bananas. So I mean, it's almost equivalent to one small banana. Then you've got your proteins in here that you can put your meats in. And if you're eating Greek yogurt or something like that, you would fill that in here. A note about that, you can, start out by, if you have like a chicken breast and you're not sure, like start out by cutting it, but you will become really familiar with what, a serving size looks like. So it's not hard, and you don't have to like overthink it. Then the yellow for the grains and the sweet potatoes and the potatoes and all that. This is definitely, in general, I think everybody probably can raise their hand that they probably overeat pasta or grains or whatever. And this is a half cup, and this is what you get. So you need to use this. And if you are having bread, one piece of whole wheat bread would equal to one yellow. And when we're talking about bread, my favorite bread is Ezekiel bread, and you can find it in your grocer's freezer section. It's a sprouted grain bread. There's other brands available at various grocery stores. At ours, it's really just the Ezekiel brand, and it's kind of nutty, and I just think it tastes really good. And that is, if you're going to eat bread, that's one of the healthiest breads there is. Sorry. Okay, so and my favorite carbs are either Ezekiel bread, Ezekiel English muffins, oatmeal, quinoa. I don't really eat a lot of quinoa. I essentially probably do sweet potatoes the most in here, and oatmeal. Okay, and then the blue is going to be your healthy fats, avocado. So a quarter of a large avocado is equal to a blue, or you could like mash it up and put it in here. And then your cheeses as well will go into this blue. And the blue can be hard. If you're a cheese eater or you're used to eating a lot of healthy fats, you only get one of these a day. And then your orange container is going to be for like small. If you wanted to like put chopped like walnuts or almonds or like small nuts on your salad, you could fill this up and then put it on your salad. Or it's also for like dressings and oils and all that. And then you also will get your teaspoons, and I use my teaspoon all the time. And you will definitely get in the habit of keeping a teaspoon around. I measure out, I use a lot of almond butter. Almond butter is really easy to overeat, so I use that to measure out my almond butter and measure out my oils as well. Now, in terms of cooking, because a lot of people ask, how do I account for, every last oil when I'm cooking? I generally don't stress about it. If you are eating in that 1,500 to 1,800 calorie range, you get 4 teaspoons. So you can always leave yourself a teaspoon and just count that for any like oils that you cooked with. But don't worry about it so much. I mean, if you're like, just using like tons of oil when you're cooking, I would just try to say like limit it as much as you can. One other thing in the book, it also tells you, it's on page 71, and it talks about restaurant food. And this is actually a great guide. It talks about pizza and lasagna and chilies and different kinds of soups. The foods that are, all put together. So it's not just like like a meat, a veggie, a carb, whatever. And it tells you how to account for those. And essentially most soups, you would do like a container of like a green container and a half. And then you would count the food groups that are in that soup. So let's just say you were making like a chili with meat and beans. It would tell you the chili. Let me just look at that really quick. Okay, so a chili with meat and beans, or really if it was just like a chili with beef, would be so it would be meat and beans. It would be like a red and a yellow. Red for the meat, a yellow for the beans. So you can look on there and it will tell you. And you can always ask in the group, ask us if you have questions. So that's my little bit about the containers. By now, I hope that everyone has cleared out the junk from their kitchen. Throw away anything that is tempting to you, anything that you feel like you can't have around or else you're going to eat it. And, it's not to say that, those are bad foods or whatever. I don't want to have, anyone have any unhealthy relationship with, foods, but we have a plan here and we have a goal, right? So just get rid of the crap. And I find when I don't have it in my house and I'm not eating it on a regular basis, then I'm not craving it and I'm not thinking about it. So now's a great time to clean out your pantry. And I understand we all have kids at home that eat things that, we don't eat, but you don't need to eat their food. You don't need to eat their leftover food. Somebody once told me, you're not a human garbage disposal, and that's true. Like, we're not. So if your kid is done with their food, either package it up and put it in the refrigerator and save it for later or throw it away. So that's not for you to eat. Okay, I think, and then lastly, just if you are doing the Whole30 is a lot of, it's meats or it's proteins and fruits and vegetables and healthy fats. And the idea there is not to measure out. There's a couple things that I will measure just because I've always measured, like fruit and, use my teaspoon and my tablespoons and all that. But other than that, you won't be using these containers. So I hope that this was kind of long. I know that. I hope that this was helpful, but this video is here as a resource to you. But again, we are all in this together. You will see Sarah and I will post pictures of our meals, and we're going to share everything that we eat, and we're going to ask you to do the same as well, because we wholeheartedly, nutrition is so important and we want to help you guys in any way that we can. So thanks again for joining us, and we're so excited to be on this 30-day journey with you.